Okay, I'm just gonna admit it. I wanted a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift. But not because I hated my body, but I got influenced. Like, heavily influenced by social media. I was scrolling, I was comparing, thinking, maybe just, I just need a little bit of help in the butt department. And yeah, something clicked. And now I don't want it. Not in the slightest. And honestly, I'm really happy that I've come to that like self-realization and conclusion. So yeah, let's just get into this real quick cuz I've been trying to like figure out how to say this for the longest time because I thought about it like for months and months and months. And I know I cannot be the only one who like looks at social media and thought, yeah, I want that body. Like, ooh, this one looks nice too. Like, ooh, wow. It can't be just me. The tiny waist, those perfect curves, and their like effortless, like fit girl aesthetic. And listen, like, I'm not against plastic surgery like at all. Like, definitely not. If someone wants to do it and they're happy, cool, no judgment. It doesn't impact my life, and it makes them happy. I want people to be happy, don't get me wrong. But for me, that's not why I wanted it. So yeah, at first, it kind of felt like a little harmless. Like, it's just inspirational. Like, photos that I just keep, like, liking and favoriting and pinning on Pinterest. But honestly, the more that I saw it, the more it kind of became, like, the standard in my head. Like, this is what everyone else is looking like. This is what I need to look like to fit that standard. And then I started thinking, maybe I just feel like a little bit more confident if I just like enhanced just a little bit, just a little bit. And honestly, for a second, like I was really trying to sell myself on it. Um, but let's face it, a lot of the things that we're seeing online, it's angles, perfect lighting, strategic posing, editing. Okay. Um, and honestly, probably a lot of, a little bit, maybe for some of them, a little bit of surgery. Or maybe it's just years in the gym, okay? Like, and they built their body. But for a lot of us, that's not our reality. Especially with like those really tiny waists and those really, really big booties. Yeah, that might not be the reality for a lot of us, myself included. Okay? So honestly, at that point, it's like a losing game for me because I'm comparing my body with everybody else's body. And they might have had years in the gym to get to where they are. Or they might have had a little bit of nip, nip, tuck, tuck that I cannot compete with. um, and everyone's just using like their best highlighted like reels on like Instagram. Like, and there's filters nowadays. Like, of course, there's filters. So, yeah, I just started asking myself this really important thing. If I get that, would I actually ever be satisfied? And the answer, honestly, is probably not. Because if I change one thing, I'm going to then hyperfixate on the next thing. And then I feel like I'm just going to go down this rabbit hole of constantly finding things that I deem need to be fixed. So, I see that a lot. So I started watching like botched or plastic surgery regret videos, and it's just these people who they did it once and then again and again and again, and then they don't even look the same anymore because they just never get the confidence. They're in this like endless cycle, like this never-ending cycle where maybe the next thing will then make them happy, then it doesn't, and then it's maybe the next one will, and then it doesn't. And I don't want to trap myself into that loop and that's a very expensive loop to be trapped in. And we know I'm a girly who loves a budget. So, no. Like, no. I'm just, that can be a pit hole for my finances, and I'm not going to fall into that pit hole. And the other thing that I was thinking about is that trends change over time. Like body trends. Like, sure, clothing trends, we all see that, but body trends are also changing, and they've been changing. Like, think about it. Like, different decades had completely different, like, ideal bodies. And so what's popular right now probably isn't going to stay popular. Like, it's not going to always be popular, let's face it. You know, I mean, even like in the 90s, like, that really, like, thin, like, look was all in. It was, like, with those, like, low-rise jeans. And I know, like, people are trying to bring back, like, the Y2K fashion, and it's like, oh, okay. But, yeah, and then we had, like, you know, like, the season of the BBLs. So, yeah, who knows when the next trend, like, what the next trend is going to be. And my body is not a trend. So why would I permanently alter my body for something that might not even be, like, in, like, later? Like, my body is not a trend. It's fine. It's my body. And I will have to live in this body long after Instagram fades away. And honestly, being here, like, in Playa del Carmen for the last, like what? Like, I'm going on, like, what, 2 months pretty soon? Really put everything into perspective for me. I have my gym here. But you know what? Seeing a lot of the work that people got done, we're at a beach. Like, this is a beach town, right? Like, people are coming here to get into the ocean in their swimsuits and everything. And honey, you can see everything. Okay. Yeah, it might look perfect online, but in real life, yeah, you're seeing everything. Okay, and there's a lot of BBLs out here. And if I'm gonna be honest, they look off. Like, the thing is, like, and it's so, like, interesting because, like, I saw, like, several women, they come onto the beach with the cover-ups, and I'm just like, wow, like, body is tea. And then they take off the cover-ups and they, like, actually just get into the bikini, and then I'm like, huh. A lot of those moments have been happening recently. Um, yeah. Again, though, you see everything. Like, even, like, the good ones, good, they still don't, like, quite look natural. Like, I saw one that I I kind of, like, questioned, and I was like, huh. And then I thought about it, and I was just like, no, you just got, like, a 360 lipo. Like, you didn't have your butt done. You just got the 360 lipo. And that's, like, the only, like one that, like, kind of looked, like, okay-ish. But I was like, she didn't actually have her butt touched. You can tell that she didn't actually get anything enhanced down there. And it was just 360 lipo. And so, technically, like, I don't think I can even, like, include her because, like, technically she didn't get her butt done. Technically. Okay. But, yeah, yeah, that's the only girl. Because everything else that I've seen, I'm just like, whew. And I'm just like, maybe there's some really good ones that, like, maybe I didn't spot those. Maybe I didn't clock them. But the ones that I did clock, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to be looking like that. Personally, like, that's not my aesthetic. Like, to have like that big of a behind, or to have like, I don't know. I would want the more natural approach, like the more natural look. And that means that my proportions need to match. Because if the proportions don't match, it just doesn't seem natural at all, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, it just kind of made me realize that like what we see through our screens is not what people are going to see in real life. Because it just ends up being like lost in translation. But yeah, I also kind of think that like the culture around like surgery just seems really different. Like, started thinking like how things like used to be back in the day. I like saying back in the day. I'm not that old, but like, you know, people would get work done and like it would be so subtle that you'd be like, they look a little different. Like, did they get it done? Like, maybe it's just a little bit of a lighting change. Maybe it's just the angle. It made you like look better, but you were still the same person. Like, you didn't look completely different. And yeah, it would leave people guessing. Like, did they do something? And they were never really sure. Now, it just seems like it's so like in your face. It's just so obvious because it's so exaggerated. And that's just not what I want for myself, to be honest. And then the other thing that I think people just are kind of overlooking or like trying to downplay is like the whole risk factor. Like, it's still surgery. Risks are involved in every surgery. So it's not a quick fix. Like, there's real risk, like death. Especially with like BBLs. Like, death is death. And then I had to think like, would that even be like worth risking my life over? I like my life. I have worked hard to get to where I am. And yeah, I worked really hard to get here. I am like out here like living my best life, yes. Am I willing to risk that over just to have my butt look a little bit bigger, a little bit more perky? Again, for a look that might not even make me happy over the long term. The answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. Okay. So yeah, I just kind of like went ahead and like made my little decision. So if I want a nicer, plumper, rounder booty, I gotta get that shit in the gym. That's what it's gonna boil down to. It's either coming from the gym or it's not coming at all. Because let's just be honest, I'm lazy and I like instant gratification. But if I really want it, like, I'm gonna have to earn it, just like I earned the life that I'm living now, that I'm enjoying. And I guess maybe that's the point. Because if I build it naturally, then that means it'll fit my body, it'll be proportional, and I'll have those habits to then make it last. Because a lot of other things is like people talking like years down the line where, you know, they end up gaining weight and then it all goes to their butt and then it's too big and then they have to like lose weight. Like, other unforeseen events that happen down the line, and I'm just like, oh, that's a lot of like unknown variables that I don't want to have to try to figure out. Like, I know I love math, I know I love spreadsheets, I know I love science, but I'm not going to be a science experiment. So yeah, no shortcuts for me. Okay, so yeah, basically that was like my final like realization. And I think what really happened is that I'm just finally de-influencing myself. I'm not because I'm like judging anyone else or their choices, but because I'm like finally just kind of getting honest with myself. I'm choosing not to chase an image, to stop comparing my body to other bodies, because I only have one body. I can't body snatch anybody. So I'm just trying to think of it realistically. Like, what actually would make me happy? What actually makes me feel good? How can I achieve goals? And how can I maintain those? So that's what it boils down to. So yeah, I wanted a BBL. Now I don't. And actually, I'm pretty at peace with that. Like, that's just more money that I get to keep in my bank account. But if you're thinking about it too, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Like, just ask yourself, are you doing it for you? Or are you doing it because you've just kind of normalized it after seeing it over and over again? Because that's two different things, sweetie. It's two different things. Sorry to break it to you. And trust me, I was there. I was there. I was getting influenced. I needed to de-influence myself. But yeah. If you've ever been influenced to change your body in some way, or just change something about yourself, and then you decided, I changed my mind, what was it? I'm curious. Let a girl know. You can drop it down in that comment section after you like and subscribe to this video. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.